We back with Rhapsody Quartet Challenge Boss Flameberus. Now, this game likes to play tricks on us. I could go over all these abilities here of the boss, but none of these abilities really matter. Once you fully stability break him and he goes into his berserk mode, all of his abilities change, and I can't seem to find a place where it shows those abilities anywhere. So let me get in game and show you there. All right, now that I've gotten him stability break, let's go over his actual abilities. Now, the important one is this: as soon as you get him all of his stability broken, he can no longer recover stability. He goes into his berserk mode. He cleanses all current debuffs on him, but you can reapply them. That's not an issue. But you will not have to sit here and keep stability breaking this boss. Now, he does get a little wild and he gets some more damage, but you know that's kind of self-explanatory with berserk. The main thing is you need to keep somebody close. You need to keep somebody close to this boss, your tank. That's what I'm using Groza here for, but you can use Somi or any other kind of tank. If he will target that person, and if there's any ads on the field, he will sit there. They will assist him. One of them will assist him in attacking him, so you definitely want to keep the ads cleared. Now, his other ability that he uses pretty much every other turn, he basically just does an he just attacks nearest target again, but if he fails to sit there and hit that person, he will choose somebody randomly and basically stun them. Disruption basically causes that unit no longer able to use damage skills, and it's a 50-50 chance each turn whether or not they can cleanse it. So you really don't want to deal with this. It also means they should, well, at least when I had it happen, they couldn't move. So it doesn't say that in there, but they couldn't move, they couldn't attack. All they could do is just sit there. Now this is the AoE one. He will sit there and attack around him, and if there's any cover that's destroyable, he will sit there and destroy it. And then on top of that, knocking the units back. It's not that big of a deal as long as you're within cover when it hits, at least for your tanks. And then hopefully you never actually have to deal with this ability, but he'll mark a area in front of him and he'll laser beam it the next turn. This does a lot of damage, and then on top of that, if the unit is stability broken, it will do a 50% of its attack to that unit as well as fixed damage. First things first, I'm just moving Kinsinia up here so that she can get the Groza buff. She really doesn't need it though. But the main goal of this first turn is you do not stability break the boss and you activate this turret. Those are your main goals. Now I'm using Groza's buff here so that, because she doesn't have any cover, so I'm gonna hope that that buff keeps her alive. Now you'll notice that I am not moving Cheetah up and I'm buffing my team, and she is not in cover, which is kind of wild, right? And I'm not going all out right here because I'm trying to stability break the boss first before I start using all my abilities. But back to the Cheetah thing. Cheetah doesn't really need cover because the boss isn't really ever going to target her all the way back there. And she'll be able to attack the boss and buff your units, so she's pretty much okay back there. Now, this video is not an advocate to build a Cheetah. I do like Cheetah, personally. I do find her useful. But if you have a Somi, just bring a Somi, guys. Like Somi for life. Don't waste your time with the Cheetah. Just bring the Somi and shield up your team, and it's much better. But yeah, we're gonna use Cheetah in this. She gives our damage dealers back here a nice little attack buff, and then on top of that, she has smart heals, so she'll heal up these guys back here pretty well. Now, the ads have spawned, and we haven't stability broke the boss yet. We want to kill off the ads as best as we can. We can cheat a little here because we now have that gun turret over there, so we don't actually have to sit here and focus too many of them down right away. we can take a little bit of our time because he'll help. The little gun turret will help us take care of the ads. But they are annoying. So you definitely want to get rid of them as soon as you can. The good news is once you stability break the boss, well, this isn't really good. It's good and bad news. We'll start with the good news. Good news is that when you stability break the boss, no more ads will spawn after he summons this set of ads. The bad news is well, he summoned these ads. So now you have 6, and this is also the reason why I was saying we don't stability break on the first turn. If you stability break, he immediately summons those ads, and then those ads are able to attack, and your Groza will die. So we don't want that to happen. So we're gonna sit here and carefully select the dangerous ones, kill them off, leave that stability broke one for the gun turret to finish off for us, and then we go into our next turn. Now here's why we needed to get that gun turret up as soon as possible. You see that magic happening over there? It's tanking for us. We have a free tank. That thing does absolutely no damage. It doesn't speed anything up, but it keeps our Groza and all of our other characters alive. So while the boss is distracted trying to kill a gun turret that's doing nothing to it, the rest of our team can pummel it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this little turd over here just to get rid of it. That way we don't have to worry about our cheetah dying or anything. And now, well, we're gonna sit here and toss an AoE down. This AoE actually does, if I remember correctly, it does death break? Death break? No, it doesn't death break. It only death breaks if you stability broke the boss with it, or any of Rose's abilities. But it does apply a movement down, so we'll take that, and it does a little damage on that ad, so the ad can't get any closer to our units that quickly. Get a little bit of extra damage. Now, I'm not using Tololo's ult. Kind of feel like I should have, but I was trying to line it up with a death break and get some nice burst damage, but I feel like I should have just used it right there, honestly. Now, cool thing about Nemesis is her ulti actually gets 10% more damage for every index that she has. So that thing can do 60% more damage if I'm correct, which is great. So if you don't see me just spamming it, that's why I'm letting my index grow so that we can sit here and pop the boss with a, you know, big chunk of damage. Now, unfortunately, Cheetah just does not really do much damage or any other debuffs to the boss that are actually effective. I mean, I do toss this down. We get some heals off. It is what it is. But now we're actually going to go in on the boss with our ultimate on Tololo, trying to do as much damage as we can, all while this boss is distracted by this useless gun turret. And now our turret's dead, so now our people are kind of in danger. Unfortunately, we got hit while out of cover, which kind of sucks. But our Groza lived. That's what's important. Now we immediately want to sit here and get our Groza back under cover, right? We need her in cover because she's actually really tanky when she's behind cover. I mean, that's pretty much every unit, but it especially works out for her because she is a tank. And I know our Ksenia has a burn debuff, and this looks kind of scary, but Ksenia is never going to get attacked. All the ads are dead, the boss won't ever focus her, so we can actually let her get pretty low on HP and be okay. The important part is we need to keep our Groza alive, because if Groza dies, that boss will start targeting everybody else, and we do not want that happening. And I made a silly mistake here. I should have ulted on Cheetah and buffed up my entire team, but I didn't. And until after my attacks, I could have rewound here and actually did it right and optimized it better, but I just kind of went with it. I might have been able to end a turnip earlier if I had thought about that and actually used her ulti. But so now we have this line attack from the boss. We still want to get Groza back up under cover. Every time she gets knocked back, just move her back up into cover. That covers can't be destroyed, so we can just keep reusing it over and over again. We get our heal back up on Groza so that, you know, she stays alive. Of course, it gives, you know, Groza attack buff for all that's worth. I go ahead and move Cheetah over one, just so that we can make room for Tololo to move over. Not that she couldn't move over, but I'd rather keep Tololo on that line, I guess. Yeah, that keeping the same distance, I guess, from the boss is the best way to explain it. I just don't ever want Tololo to get close enough to be targeted. I'd rather Cheetah, Groza, or anybody else, for that matter, to be the one that gets targeted. So she's always going to stay behind somebody. And then we're just going to sit here and, well, use as much damage as we can. That's all we can do with Tololo. But we do get our passive proc, so we get to sit here and pop our ulti onto the boss with an attack buff. A nice 5k damage. Now, you don't have to use all these units, right? If you have Maki, if you have QJ, you can even use Mosin. Any type of DPS works fine, and you can honestly kill this boss in like 3 to 4 turns with, you know, a lot of maxed out characters. I'm just using these level 40 characters because, well, they're the only level 40 characters I have, honestly. Everybody else is 45, 50, somewhere around there. But yeah, this is definitely doable at a lower level, and we still have 7 turns, I believe, or 9 turns. Oh, yeah, we got 9 turns left. So we got 9 turns still. And this boss isn't really threatening us anymore, so we could probably actually do this at a lower level too. All we need is a Groza that can sit here and live, and a couple healers. And this fight's not hard. Now, if I had optimized the DPS a little bit better, maybe use Tolo's off cooldown, as well as use Cheetah's ulti correctly, we probably, like I said, we probably could have saved a turn on this fight. He really likes knocking back our Groza. Now, I'm just going to sit here and finish this. We're going to pop the boss with a death debuff here. And then use Tololo to kill it. Even though I know this is going to kill it, I still move it out of the attack pattern there. It's just habit. It was an extra move I really didn't need to take, but better safe than sorry. And there we have it. We got the challenge mode boss taken care of. We get our nice little reward here of a frame. And, you know, here's some damage numbers. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps you clear the challenge mode boss, get your sweet frame, and all the rewards that come with it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling extra special, you can join the Mage Institute by clicking the join button. You can catch me on Discord, link is in the description, and if you want to help support this channel, there is a link in the description for that too. As always, I will see you all next time.